Hey guys, welcome to Girls vs. World. Today we're trying out something a little bit different from usual. We are going to start a podcast. This would be episode 1. Before we go any further, smash that like button and subscribe. My name's Nikki.
And I'm Tiana.
She's my daughter.
And today the topic will be about, not being a follower and always being a leader. So I have one experience I have a good experience about being a follower. So one time
Follower, give me detail. Follower as in at school?
Yeah, at school.
Okay.
So one time I was at school and then I heard them, they're talking, these girls were talking about how they were vaping in the bathroom and stuff.
Whoa.
And so when I went, when I was sitting there, I heard them talking about that. And then this other girl, she went to go to the bathroom. She raised her hand and then she's like, yeah, I'm going to vape in the bathroom too, whatever. So I was like,
Wow. I remember you telling me about that.
yeah.
That's definitely a follower.
Yep.
Let's see. I dealt with that in high school. There was all these popular girls and I was really quiet. And in our school they had it was crazy. They had different hallways, like the preppy hallway, the Asian hallway. And I hanged out with my own little crowd, and everybody wanted me to be a part of the popular girl crowd because they want me to follow and be like them. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm my own person. My parents didn't raise me to be a follower, so I did my own thing and got my own little group of girls, and I went all the way to my senior year with them, and I had a lot of friends. I made so much friends. And then these girls wanted to be my friend, and I'm like, you didn't want me. They wanted me to follow them, but I wasn't cool enough for them.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucked, but I accepted and I made new friends. It bothered me at first, and I was like, you know what? I'm not a follower. My parents raised me to be a leader.
Yeah.
And I try to do that with you, and I see it in you when you come home and you tell me little stories about school and how some of your friends, they follow what other kids do, and vaping's definitely not good.
Yeah. I've had a friend group that were people that were followers, and I was like, I'm not being friends with them anymore because I don't want to be a part of.
Yeah, you should never feel like you have to be pressured into being friends with them because they're popular.
Yeah.
Which brings me to our next topic, vaping. I hear about that a lot in all of the schools it's crazy, from 4th grade to high school. Well, of course, you're in middle school and you tell me about it, and then my oldest daughter, she's a junior, your sister, and she tells me about kids that vape. They had to literally lock the bathrooms at the high school because they were vaping inside the bathrooms because they couldn't vape on campus. It's crazy. What do you feel? You think vaping is good or bad?
Definitely bad because there's a lot of risks that can come with you doing that, and
Definitely.
just not something you want to do. And you could get in trouble for doing that a lot.
It's bad for your health, too.
Yeah,
It's definitely not healthy. You want to play sports or run track or anything, you're going to be having, smoky lungs where you can't breathe. You're coughing all the time. And nicotine is not good for you. It brings cancer, all kinds of bad stuff. So that's why I always try to talk to you and your sister about what you should not do. And just because you see other people do it at school does not mean you have to do it. But I don't agree with vaping, and I'm glad that they're changing the law where they're taking out, the flavoring of vape. So it's not as, how would I say it, where kids want to vape, because it's cool and it tastes good and all that. I don't think it should have ever been like that. But I'm glad they're taking it away, and a lot of people are upset about it, but I think it's good for the youth and your generation and your sister generation and all the younger kids to not do it because it's not healthy, bottom line. What's your next subject?
My next subject is going to be about fake friends. So I feel like fake friends are really popular now. There's a lot of people that just are fake a lot of times.
What do you mean, fake? Give an example.
Like, say like you were talking to someone like that you thought they were your friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like, and then you've all of a sudden like hear something from someone else like about you, and you're like, well, I never said that, and something like that, and then you're like, wow, they just said that lie about me, like, because you only told them or something like that.
That's crazy. So, I deal with that in not so much in high school or growing up, but at this one job I was working at, I worked there for about 5 years, and I thought my manager and my coworker was my friend. It was a smaller company, so I started like from the bottom, and then I moved up, right? Yeah. But I was the last one to get hired on, and the cases were dropping, so the company wasn't making as much money, so they let someone go. And I was really close with them, and they were fake. Yeah, they were fake. They tried to act like they were my friend, and we would hang out on the weekends together and do stuff like normal friends would do, right?
Yeah.
But then when it came down to letting me go, I was there for 5 years. Like I said, I was hurt because I had thought they were my friends. Like, I was totally blindsided. And the manager and me were really close, and she's like, you know what, Nicole, I gotta let you go. And I was pissed, to be honest. I was so mad and hurt because I love that job. And then I was like, okay, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to be let go, and we're still going to have a friendship outside of this job. We're still all going to be friends, all three of us. Yeah. And that did not happen. They, like, ghosted me. I was like, wow, those are some fake-ass friends. Excuse my language. That is so fake. Like, here I thought you guys were my friends, and it was funny because I have a new job. And I have a new job, and I really like it, and I ran into that old coworker that was, like, the same level as me, not the manager one, but the other one, and she was, like, shocked and surprised that I was doing so good, and her excuse was that she didn't talk to me all this time because she lost my number, but yeah, she knew where I lived at. I watched her kids sometimes when she would go out with her husband.
Yeah.
Is this crazy? Yeah. But I get it.
Yeah, I've had some friends that I've had, like, someone that said they were my best friend, and then all of a sudden they just, like, stopped talking to me, and then there was this girl that's, like, their best friend too, apparently, and then, like, all of a sudden she just, like, when I met her, like, we were fine, and then I, like, started, like, getting closer to her, kind of, because we did, like, a sport together. And then, like, she started, like, acting, like, funny, like, and I was like, what did she, like, tell you something about me? Like,
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
but
you gotta stay out of fake friends' ways and don't have friends. Like, I don't have very much friends, but the friends I do have, I know they're loyal and they're real, because everybody's gonna try to be fake and be your friends.
Yeah.
This world is just like that. But let's move on to the next subject.
Okay.
I want to talk about mental health. I talk to you and your sister about mental health all the time, and I see it a lot out with all these different schools, and I work with some therapists and psychologists, and they're telling me, like, it is getting crazy with mental health in your guys' age because there's a lot of depression and stuff. What do you feel? Do you feel like there's a lot of mental health? Like, do you see a lot of mental health problems at your school, like with your friends, that they're going through, like, depression or anxiety?
So we had this thing, like, with Plus, if you know what that is.
Yeah, I know what Plus
at our school. And they, some kids from a school came, and then there was, like a bunch of posters, and it was talking about, like all that kind of topics, like with mental health and stuff.
Like suicide.
Yeah, and a lot
depression.
of them were like 50% for that stuff.
Whoa.
Or like 80% for some of them. And a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, and I also... sorry.
No, go ahead.
And I also see it a lot on social media. Like, people always say that, like, negative things, like they're depressed. Or
I think sometimes... with all this mental health that's going on, like, I get it, mental health is real, but sometimes I think social media and TikTok, especially TikTok and Instagram, really influences your guys' age group as to having mental health problems. Because in my day and age, when I was in high school and middle school, I was kind of raised, like, it wasn't I don't know how to say it, like, I know there was mental health, but we like sucked it up and did what we had to do and got over it. But I think your guys' generation,
more like
it's more exposing that you have mental health and like posting it on TikTok. Like,
yeah, that shouldn't, like,
it's not healthy.
Yeah.
I just don't think
it shouldn't be something that you're it's like telling everyone, like, oh, this is how I feel, or whatever. I mean, yeah, you should tell your parents that maybe, but like, that's gonna make someone else like think the same way and like having more.
It's like what's trending almost.
Yeah.
But I do believe in mental health, and I know it's a real illness, and that's why I always work with you and your sister and brothers and talk to you, like, how's your day going? Is there anything going on?
Yeah.
Is there anything we need to address as far as how's your mental health?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to touch on that because it's crazy how much it is in the schools, and I work with a lot of therapists, and they tell me, like, this is the generation that's going through that, and meds isn't going to fix it. And a lot of people think, oh, well, it's going to depression medicine, but there's a lot of side effects, and then down the road when you get older, you get dementia, and it's just not healthy. It's not something you want to medicate, but not medicate forever. Try to get help and go through therapy. I know everyone's not able to do that, but I just hope that your guys' generation, it changes and everybody gets happy again. Like,
yeah, there's just a lot of negativity, like,
yeah, I believe it stems from social media. I definitely think that, because I monitor what you guys do as far as TikTok, and I see some of the things and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is why this child acts the way they act. But it's crazy. But let's go on to the next topic.
Okay, so the next topic is gonna be, so I don't know how to word it, but like, do you think every child should be in a sport? So that's the topic, and I think like any sport, like say cheerleading, basketball, soccer, football, any of those, like tennis, I don't know, swimming. I think every child should be in a sport because I feel like you can get like more activity.
Like stay in shape.
Yeah. And like also like I play basketball, so I really like playing basketball just because, like, I don't know, it's really fun. Like, sports are fun if you like give it a chance. I don't know.
I think it motivates you a lot, and it makes you feel like your self-esteem like skyrockets. I think that every sport, I think children should definitely play sports because, for one, it's good for them and it keeps them out of trouble, and it just keeps them moving and exercising their health up because they're playing sports and practicing. And
yeah, it keeps you busy, and you can also make friends from sports, which is nice.
Yeah, and you love sports. You play basketball, and you're good at it, and I think it's helped you grow a lot because you used to be very shy, and now you're more outgoing, and you love basketball. Yeah, I think it's really important for a child to play a sport. Any sport, like you said, it could be any sport from football, soccer, anything, because it gets them motivated for life. Like, it gives them reason, like, to go out there and have fun and think, like, wow, I can be something. Like, you want to go to the WNBA, like, they can go to the Pro Ball Cup or whatever they call it. But yeah, I do think sports are important, and I'm glad you think sports are important because some kids are like, oh no, it's not for me, but you gotta try it.
Yeah, and like, it's better than sitting at home and playing like video games all day, or like just like, I don't know, sitting there like being lazy, I guess. Like,
well, some people they do both, but
yeah, like you shouldn't just be sitting like at home like just laying in bed all day, or like, you should have like some activity. I feel like something to make you like what's the word?
Stay
like
healthy.
Yeah, like just like staying
Physical.
healthy and like physical. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do sports, guys. It's really important. We'll do the next topic. I talk to my kids about everything. So Kiara and Tiana, they pretty much know how I feel on this part. But I wanted to bring up birth control. I know that some people don't talk to their kids about it, and it's kind of like a big old secret. But I talk to my kids. I know their schools this year is doing sex ed classes, but I exempt them from it because I like to educate my own child. I don't really like the school district educating on what they want to educate on. But birth control, I've seen this year has been a real big topic with my older daughter's age group, and they think that it's important to be on birth control for some reason to regulate periods or if they're sexually active, which I don't agree with it. I think that you don't need to be on birth control at this age. Like, their ages from, I don't know, whatever age they start their period, if it's a little bit too much TMI, but from 12 years old and up or whatever, I just don't think that that's the way to go. I know some people might disagree with me, but these doctors are pushing, oh, well, get them on birth control to regulate their periods, or if they're sexually active, and I don't know. I talked to Tiana on this, and Tiana has mentioned to me that some of her little friends have talked about being on birth control, and I don't understand it. How do you feel, Tiana? Do you
No.
feel that that's okay?
No, I don't think you should be.
It's too young. It's too young, and it's really your guys' ages. You don't really know, like, really what's the side effects. Like, when you get older and you get your career and you go to college and you have a career and you want to have a child, then taking birth control can really, like, jeopardize that because it can make you sterile. There's a lot of different types of ones. But I've talked to you and your sister about it, and I just think I wish these doctors in schools wouldn't push that to regulate your period, because there's plenty of other ways of regulating your period and not making it where your child can't have a child, because it's just not always safe. But anything else, Tiana?
No, that's it.
Thank you guys for watching our episode 1, our very first podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and
Make sure
go ahead.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
And we'll see you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.